Okay, what I got in front of me is the Echo. It's the tc-210. I've had some people look at it online and stuff, and I think it's a really nice little tiller for the things you use it for. I do believe they built these for more like maybe if you want to get in between plants, or if you're doing like raised beds or something small, like maybe around the house or something you're going to put flowers in. That'd be great. It's not a bad little machine. I know when I first got it, I had to adjust the carburetor and stuff on it. Most of these small engines like this, the little two-stroke engines, you basically after a while the screws that wear loose on it, and you have to adjust them. A lot of times you can look it up online or just get a book on them, and it'll actually tell you how to adjust them. I usually just most of it, like a lot of the older stuff I used to do years ago, what I would do is just screw all the way in, bring it back 1.5 turns, and then just leave it set there. Some of them's a little bit more 1.5, it'd be 1.25. Some's less than that, but most of them is just about a 1.5 turn, and just leave it to that. If it starts up, it runs okay. You can do the adjustment after it runs a little bit, and you know, after the engine warms up, you can just hold it, you know, and then go ahead and adjust it to give your you know, tune that carburetor a little bit more by ear. So this one here, I've had it for a couple years now, and so far it's been holding up really good. I really use it. I use it a good bit more than I thought I would, because I never owned one before, and then when I got this in here, I just if something happened to this, I'm definitely going to get another one. It has where you can actually take off these here on the side, your tines on the side, so you actually make it come in a little bit closer. So if you have some place, you know, you just need a tiller around something really close. Like I said, it runs 2-stroke. Of course, you have your run up here and the throttle up on the handle here. I don't really care too much for the off and on button, but I mean, I normally like them if they were down here on the engine. This one here has a kickstand on it. You can see, just pull up on a kickstand. It works really nice. So when you're not using it, you can just kind of set it up like this. Now, I don't think the prices on these have dropped. They're still running around a little over 300. But you can find them if you look them up online. You can find some used ones some people's bought, you know, somebody's bought and then don't need it no more. It's got a nice little handle here, so you can carry it. It's not very heavy. I would say it's probably around, I don't know, I never really looked to see how much weight it had on it, but I give it around 35 pounds, 25 maybe 30 pounds. Other than that, I'll tell you what, they're nice little tillers. Of course, you know, you have your choke over here, and then your little idling screws right here. Now, if I still had a problem with that, I would just change that carburetor for a couple bucks. It's not a biggie. Most time what happens to these things, what really happens to them is in the little hoses that run into the tank, they'll get dry rotted, and once they get dry rotted, they'll suck air into them, and then that'll make it where it doesn't want to pull the fuel up into the carburetor, you know, from the gas tank. And then you have that, you know, because I've actually tore them apart where, you know, down inside the tank a little bit, they were you know, they had a little crack or something before they ended up hitting the fuel, and then, you know, somebody brung it to me and said, well, they had a problem with it, and then here I find out the only way it would run was on full tank, and then once it came down so low, it wouldn't run anymore. And so we replaced the hoses. I bought them hoses by the, you know, the couple feet or whatever, and then cut them. They're really inexpensive. But other than that, really nice little tiller. Like I said, this is, I think it's my, I don't know if I bought it last year or year before. I've had it for a couple years, and I'm really pleased of it. And like I said, if you do any type of gardening, this is a must-have for sure. Even if you have a bigger tiller, and then because there's times where I just come out and, you know, I would actually go around maybe, you know, cabbages or something like that, where yeah, you can just take a tiller around it and kind of get the weeds and stuff. So it really helps out cutting down the weed population that we have. This garden here is getting ready. I'll go ahead and start this up and run it. But I plowed this garden once already, so we're getting ready to do a top coat plow. I plow it lighter after the second time. First time I like to go down pretty deep, and then I let the rain hit it. I'll put a little bit of what I need to put on it, fertilizer, and then I go back over it again. Not as deep this time, because I don't like it when it's real soft and it's hard to plant seeds in it. So okay, let me go ahead and start this up, and we'll let you see how it keeps running. It's been running for a couple years now. Let's see if we got it on. Okay, now just take your kickstand, pull it up. There you go. Now, I normally do it a little bit different, maybe than some other people. I don't just hold it. I work the tiller, and I can seem to get it to a dig lower into the ground than what you would do if you just continue to run it. So I'll show you what I mean on continuous run it, and then I'm going to stop it, and then I'll show you the way I do it. So continuous run it will be like this. Oh, no, that didn't do good, did it? Okay, that's like a continuous run, the way I like doing it. And the jumping is because it's hitting a lot of rocks, so just kind of tilt it down a little bit further. And when you tilt it down, it'll work out a little bit better. This is the way I like using it here. Now that's the way I like running it. Get this kickstand back down. I like to pull mine back and forth and just let it go forward and pull it back forward, and I seem to get a little bit it's a little bit more aggressive that way, I think. And like I said, I don't baby these things. I don't beat them up, I don't baby them, but I do use them. I use that with pretty much all my tools, and you know, I'll go to almost to extremes, but also know how far I can go with it. So, but this is the Echo tc-210, and nice little tiller. So if you run into them and you like doing gardening, or you got something really small, you know, maybe a 5x5 or something like that, and you till it up every year, this would be the thing right here. And but you got to remember, it'll beat you up. You know, just like the big tiller. So there's some work still involved in using these. It's not, they're not going to go out and tiller and, you know, do that fine job. You're going to have to work it. So, but like I said, you get to use it. Like I said, sometimes I'll put my plants a little bit closer because I want to put more into the garden or that space, and instead of use a bigger tiller where, you know, you're not going to get in there or something else, I'll use this here and it'll work out really well. So, okay, if this helps anybody, just leave some comments down below and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching.